Good evening. It's Thursday, December 30th, 2021, and we want to get you caught up on the biggest stories of the day so far.
We begin this evening with the Canton home devastated by last night's severe weather. Our Jamie Kennedy has the latest.
Tracy, thankfully no, but if you take a look here, everyone's so thankful because you can see how much destruction hit this area. Huge, fierce winds ripping through. Neighbours and the homeowners describing it as a very harrowing experience.
For some reason, he spared us, and that's all we can say. Thank you, God.
Homeowners in North Canton describe a harrowing night as severe weather tore through properties.
It was quick. It was less than 5 minutes, it sounded like. So we barely had time to get in the basement, and it just got all calm, and this is what we got.
Hundreds of trees were flattened or snapped off like toothpicks as winds at times were estimated to reach 60+ miles per hour.
I actually opened the back door and I heard the roaring sound, and I slammed the back door and I hollered for my wife, and we took off to the basement. And it was almost over as quick as we got to the basement.
The flattened trees totaling a recently purchased RV and demolishing a barn and barely missing a home. The homeowners thankful that's all that was destroyed and say there was only one thing running through their mind at the time.
The truth? God help us. That's it.
The level of destruction and sound leading people to believe the area may have been hit with more than just strong winds.
I don't know if it was all wind or if it was a tornado. I mean, I can't tell, but it was as loud as a tornado because I have heard that before.
Definitely a scary experience for everyone in this neighbourhood. Now, this wasn't the only property that was damaged around here, and also there was people out here checking the scene and determining what exactly happened here. So we'll talk all about that coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Live in Canton, Jamie Kennedy, CBS 46 News.
Jamie, an incredible amount of damage out there. Unfortunately, it's not only in Cherokee County. Hall County also hit hard. Minutes ago, meteorologist Fred Campagna saying an EF0 tornado confirmed there. That storm likely destroying this dock. As you can see, some of that debris left behind. Complete destruction. Winds forced the dock out of the water and onto land near a home. A jet ski also sank, but thankfully, nobody was hurt.
Crime alert for you tonight. In Decatur, a woman kidnapped, forced to withdraw money from several ATMs. Then she was shot and left to fend for herself. CBS 46's Zach Summers is live in Decatur with this story. And Zach, police now looking for a masked man.
Yeah, Tracy, and it was in this area of Memorial Drive. Police say the suspect shot the woman. The initial kidnapping, though, happened around 7:30 this morning off North Orcadia Avenue. It's about 2 miles from this location. But over there's a grocery store and apartment complex. Decatur police say a masked man in all dark clothing and carrying a backpack forced a woman into her car at gunpoint, then made her drive around to several ATMs in the area to withdraw money out of her own account. He did this for nearly an hour and a half. At the last ATM stop on Memorial Drive here, police say the suspect shot the woman in the leg and ran off. The victim drove herself to the hospital and is expected to survive.
We have a lot of police activity in this neighborhood. A lot, so I don't understand how that happened. That's terrible.
Bad things happen everywhere, but that doesn't mean that most people aren't good and that we aren't generally safe. That's all I have to say.
Decatur police asking anyone with information to call them or leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. That number 404-577-8477. Live in Decatur, Zach Summers, CBS 46 News.
Zach, thank you. CBS 46 is your vaccine team. More help now available in Georgia to fight COVID-19. The Department of Health announcing both Merck and Pfizer's antiviral treatment pills are available here in the state. Location information is on CBS46.com. Georgia continuing to report more new cases than ever before. Today, the state announcing 17,000 new cases, shattering yesterday's previous record by 4,000. These records forcing local counties to take action. Today, DeKalb County passed out 5,000 at-home testing kits. CBS 46's Haley Mason joins us now live. Haley, all this happening to help lower the spread of the virus.
That's right. The Omicron variant is being taken seriously, and the DeKalb County officials are trying to mitigate the spread. Alan, we're live here at South DeKalb Mall on Candler Road, where DeKalb County officials held a massive COVID kit giveaway event. Just at this location alone, officials handed out 1,600 at-home COVID tests and safety kits just in 2 hours. They're saying the demand is high, and they plan to have another one soon. For Lisa Ray, getting up to get an at-home COVID test was deeply important. She says she nearly lost her life to COVID-19.
I was in the ICU last year in July for COVID, and Emory Hillendale helped save my life.
Ray said it took her 7 months to finally test negative.
It tried to collapse my lungs. I had pneumonia and the flu. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so because of the underlying conditions, COVID really did a lot to my health.
Ray is one of hundreds of people who came out to South DeKalb Mall to get a free at-home COVID test kit. They were being distributed by county officials, but like many others we talked to, they got there a little too late for the allotment of 5,000 kits.
I think the county was doing an excellent job to try to stem the tide of the Omicron, because I felt that right now with the rise, everybody needs to get one.
A sign of the demand, lines began forming before the sun came up at 3 different sites across the county. The kits containing an at-home rapid COVID test, sanitizer, and face masks. DeKalb County CEO Michael Thurman has been using the county's emergency COVID funding to distribute COVID response supplies, vaccine incentives, and PPE across the county, which is now listed as an area of high transmission. DeKalb totaling more than 9,400 new COVID cases in the last 2 weeks.
Long lines, people waiting for hours, anxious, frustrated. So we knew that we had to take an affirmative step to mitigate the situation.
At the North DeKalb Mall site, the county gave out 650 kits before the 9 o'clock opening. All sites running out of the 5,000 kits in just 2 hours.
It was for me just to be safe, to have a test, just in case I feel any symptoms. I didn't want to go back to the ER and stuff.
That woman, Lisa Ray, says she doesn't want anyone else to have to go to the ER either. She was encouraging her fellow neighbors and residents here to get vaccinated and boosted, as she has done after getting over her bout with COVID. I did talk to CEO Michael Thurman. He says that the turnout was well over what they expected, a very strong turnout, and they will be having another one of these events again in the near future. We will definitely update you when that date is announced. We know the demand, though, has been high. We've had at least 10 people come up to us since we've been here asking if there are any more take-home test kits. So again, a very needed service coming from DeKalb County leadership here today. Reporting live on Candler Road in South DeKalb County, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
As it is for all football teams that are going to be playing here in the next couple of days, COVID is a top concern going into game day. Cases are spiking as the highly contagious Omicron variant spreads into every corner of the country.
Well, Georgia just broke its record for most COVID cases reported in a single day. Tonight, the state reporting nearly 18,000 cases in just the last 24 hours. That stomps the previous record of about 10,000.
CBS 46's Savannah Louie is live at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where football fans are braving the crowds to cheer on their team. Now, Savannah, apparently there's been an update to the mask policy for tomorrow night's game. Tonight's game, anyone's asked to bring a mask now, right?
Yeah, everybody is asked to bring a mask. Masks are recommended, but they are not required in open air areas like the Seeding Bowl. Event organizers deciding just less than an hour ago to open up the roof to the stadium. However, in areas that are enclosed, we're talking about elevators, maybe retail stores, or some of those club boxes, you must wear a mask. Either way, though, fans say they're just excited to be here.
Through a downpour, a sea of green.
State's going to win today.
And blue.
Ready to support our Pitt Panthers.
Fills downtown Atlanta.
A lot of friendly rivalry, but nothing ugly that I've seen. Just everybody's excited.
With excitement comes a little anxiety, not just over the final score.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking because it is like as many people as we've seen in the last however many years. We've been in isolation a little bit.
Many fans taking their own health precautions.
I'm vaccinated and boosted. We're all vaccinated.
Take the double mask. I got tested, I'm negative.
As a question mark hangs over masks at the game. Thursday morning, event organizers telling fans to bring masks to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In the event, the roof must be closed due to weather and masks are required.
Some could say we're dumb, but hey, we're here. You know, we got the N95 masks and everything, trying to be prepared and whatnot.
This warning as the parade and team walks were rained out.
But we figured with the weather it'd be a hit or miss anyway, so we kind of had plans just in case that kind of fell through. So it's a bummer to not be able to watch it, but we'll see them on the field.
As concerns linger like dark clouds above, the promise of a big game here tonight.
It's just great being here with my dad, my brother. This is fantastic. I can't thank him enough.
Washes a sense of gratitude to the surface.
To help you remember everything how it was before COVID, and it just makes you feel a little bit lucky, I guess, to go back to that time when COVID wasn't around.
You can feel some of that excitement, some of that gratitude through the screen, I'm sure. Now, we also know that a mobile ticket policy, a cashless policy, as well as a clear bag policy is going to be in effect tonight just to really make sure things stay safe. But for now, reporting live from Atlanta, Fulton County, Savannah Louie, CBS 46 News.
Update on a health care deal that could force hundreds of thousands of Georgians to find a new doctor or pay for more care.
The deadline for Northside Hospital System and Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield to come to an agreement on health care and insurance coverage, well, it's tomorrow. CBS 46 investigative reporter Rachel Polanski is live in Forsyth County tonight with what's at stake. Rachel?
Good evening. This is just one of those Northside locations that could be impacted. Now, I spoke with the mother of a sick child, and she brings him here fairly regularly. And she says if Anthem and Northside don't figure this out and quickly, she'll be forced to either drive close to an hour for care or stay here and pay some pretty large out-of-pocket expenses.
The sandbox like blew up and then got...
This 10-year-old boy is just an ordinary kid.
I like Mickey. I want Star Wars.
With an extraordinary condition.
Mason has a severely small left ventricle that would not sustain life for him.
We met Mason Lang and his mom Tanya at their coming home last month. And they told us about Mason's congenital heart defect called hypoplastic left heart syndrome.
So he had to have a series of heart surgeries.
Now, Mason relies on the doctors at Northside Forsyth, who he sees monthly. That's why Tanya was outraged when she found out her insurance company, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, and her hospital system, Northside, couldn't see eye to eye. She hoped they would come to an agreement, but a month later, not much has happened.
I still haven't heard whether or not if they have come to an agreement.
That's because the negotiations are still ongoing, according to an Anthem spokesperson who tells CBS 46 Investigates that they've had several meetings over the past few weeks, but a day before the deadline, no new deal has been reached. Anthem has also said that Northside is one of the most expensive systems in Georgia. Meanwhile, a Northside spokesperson says these calls for negotiation surprised them, adding, "Our agreements with Anthem were not up for renewal and were not set to expire."
It's very frustrating that it comes down to dollars and cents. They seem to think that we have prices attached to us.
And the Langs are part of 400,000 Georgians who will be impacted if Northside and Anthem do not come to an agreement. Some took to Facebook to voice their concerns, like Ritesh G., who decided to switch carriers, posting, "I can't bet my life on those negotiations." And Celeste R., who said she's switching just to be safe. As for Tanya, because she says Mason's life is quite literally on the line, she's sticking with the doctors at Northside Forsyth, even if it means paying more out of pocket.
We will just have to figure out how to juggle those bills as they come in.
While contract disputes like this are not new, they've certainly become a lot more common. A Georgia consumer advocate blames it on two things. One, inadequate network standards. That's when your insurance plan doesn't provide you enough doctors in your area. And two, consolidation of the marketplace. That's when you see a merger involving two major companies, like in this case, Anthem and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Tracy?
Yeah, Rachel, this has got to be so stressful for their families that are involved there. Is there any chance that Northside and Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield could come to an agreement before time runs out?
I mean, it's possible. Anthem tells me that in the last year they've come to several new agreements with other healthcare systems like Piedmont, like Grady, and like Emory. They could also come to an agreement after the deadline. Of course, this is something that we will closely be watching, and we'll keep you updated on air and online. Reporting live tonight in Forsyth County, I'm Rachel Polanski for CBS 46 News.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.